Alrighty, Easter Sunday. Boy, oh boy. I'm in my old man chair. Slept so much last night from 10 p.m. to like 8:30. And yeah, that's like 9 hours of sleep. And I had a lot of dreams, a lot of crazy dreams. One of them was about a girl I had a crush on in college. I was actually her peer mentor. Her name was Allie, and she was beautiful. And in my dream, I was with her, and turns out there was another guy there, and I was on her couch, and they were doing it. And I got up and left at like 4 a.m. And I had one drink at 1 a.m. And keep in mind, I am pulled over on the side of the road at 5 a.m. next to Bridgewater State in my dream. Remember, in my dream, this didn't happen. And 3 cops show up, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Just down bad." And then they do a DUI test on me, and I can't pass. Like, I'm doing this, like, dude, I like can't do that shit. Like, I failed that shit so bad, and I was like feeling mad buzzed, even though I only had one beer, and it was like 4 hours later. I think it was like I was just so sleep deprived in the dream. I don't know what it was. Point being is, when they were doing all this to me, I was next to a big college party while it was happening too. And it's almost like the cops were in on it. It's like they were like, "Joke's on you, like you're done, like your life's over." And it was just a funny dream, and it was like the jealousy of like not having that girl and lots of others in my life. So that was funny. It was funny. And then I was feeling that slow, foggy Sunday feeling. Ate some waffles. I actually had my buddies texting me about going to McDonald's. We have an annual tradition about going to McDonald's on Easter Sunday. So, I'm doing this again. So I text my buddy Carter, and I say, "Hey, you want to go to McDonald's?" He says, "What time?" I say, "Probably dinner." He's like, "I gotta be gone by dinner. Let me check with Nick and see if lunch is okay." Nick can't do lunch, so it didn't work on both ends. So anyway, I go to Glen Ellen. It's a nice little walking spot in Millis. It used to be a golf course. What do you know? I see Carter. As little as a coincidence that is in synchronicity, I was so dialed and so rattled, and quite the reflection it is. Life is showing us, and I like to step back and observe, and I really was really feeling that energy of him there, and it's very peculiar what I manifest in my life. I've just really honed in on like the whys of everything. Is that a tick? Oh my god, it's something. And I don't know, it's just funny. So I'm gonna see what that's all about later. Small world, I was actually on the toilet right before I went there, and I was looking at Snapchat maps, and I saw my friend Danielle, who's in LA, right next to the airport at one of those colleges, working there. I was with her in Italy, and I'm like, what the hell? And I say that because I was just bored on the Snap map, and then I went to Hawaii on the Snap map, which, by the way, I had another dream about Hawaii, and I want to go there for some odd reason, but it's like, what's the point, right? I think I'm asking myself those questions a lot lately. I'm feeling stagnant, and like a change needs to happen, but feeling like my health is keeping me in a spot that is forcing me to analyze my situation and try to practice compassion and self-love. So anyway, my buddy Aiden, who I actually went to Bridgewater State with, who I met at orientation, who I ended up rooming with, who ended up living in Falmouth, where I go to Mashpee every summer, and we kind of had that connection, oddly enough, right? I think there's always some type of similarity that we can all see in all our people that we meet in our life. I think that's where I'm really gauging like what is going on here. I know Josie, actually, she almost went to Bridgewater State, and she went to Millis with me. She lives in Hawaii, so that's a funny connection too. Talking about just these weird connections in other spots of the world. Tampa Bay is another weird one. When I ran into Ashley on a Delta Airlines plane back to Boston, that one was really funny too. So my past with all my people I run into in my social life is very funny. I'll give you another really funny one. So I was at Life Alive Cafe in Cambridge with my buddy Merrill. Hopefully this is still filming. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. I just deleted 13 minutes worth of videos and 300 Spotify songs off of my storage. And now it's on the cloud and it's on YouTube. So, point being, Derek, who knew our friend Allie, runs into us at a cafe in Cambridge, and 3 months later he moves to Arizona. What do you know? I go to Arizona last weekend, and what happens? I meet 13 wonderful humans once again around the West Coast, and they are just the vibe. And I was in Sedona, and I went to a rock shop, and what do you know? Derek works there, and we planned it, but there he is. There's that nice little beautiful, yeah, you understand. So yeah, Megan was a Tai Chi instructor of mine in Boston. She got engaged and got a promotion and was in Arizona. What do you know? I run into her in Arizona. Again, we planned it, but really, really good. I love running into my people across the world. Me and Merrill ran into each other at Barcelona airport last year, and that was a gem. So always being protected by my social support group. And I pulled a tarot card this morning, and it was actually talking about how everyone's my acquaintance and how I have to reanalyze how tight people are to me. I think that was kind of the lesson of it. I would pull it up if I wasn't filming, but that was interesting. The pain teacher is also an interesting one today that I'm diving into. It's really the wild truth of, well, shit. Like, what caused my burning in my head and my imbalance in my neck that I so much talk about here? But it's very prevalent because it hurts to walk in my foot, and then it goes compressing up here. And I'm thinking to myself, how did I manifest this? And how can I, be accepting and surrender to it and be the best version of myself possible and show up every day and serve the world, make frickin' money and love what I do and just be present with a beautiful Easter Sunday like this. So definitely something to ponder on my end, and something for my audience to also, I invite you and encourage you to ponder something that feels like a challenge in your life, whether it's health-wise, whether it's financial-wise, whether it is relationship-wise, whether it is, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, So anyways, something to ponder and something to take some time and energy to really hone in on your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your desires, because for me, I'm still trying to get there. You know, it's that quarter life crisis. And kind of really bridging that gap, as I like to say, between what is in my child archetype, what is my warrior archetype, and becoming the king that we all want to be. But with great responsibility comes, I don't know, great responsibility. I'm a butcher when it comes to these things. I got it. Ready? Yes has no value until we learn to say no. Boom. So, one of my journal prompts was, "Are you a night out person or stay in type of person?" And I answered, "Well, I'm a night out person, but I'm a stay in person right now when it comes to taking care of myself." And yeah, I think that's the harsh reality of my situation is learning how to slow down. And being in this nice chair is very liberating. Don't get me wrong. I think it's wonderful to just stop and smell the roses, but I like to be making an impact on everything at all times. As Rupert Spear likes to say, being useful, right? So I guess I gotta just be like, hey, I'm gonna just play the drums and be in fa la la. So that's what I'm supposed to do. Learn an instrument, learn some Spanish, take up those freaking hobbies. I'd love to bike for 10 miles if my body says I can, right? So the world is our oyster, so let's make the most of it. Drop in the comments something that you are that you are doing, planning on. Just I think my dad really rubbed me the wrong way slightly. Same with my mom. Living with them has been an adventure. He's like, "Is there anything you want to dig your teeth into?" And I'm thinking to myself, no. I think some people can relate, like when it comes to, well, really career and jobs in general is really what people identify with when it comes to being an adult. And I think for me, I do 3 jobs. I stock shelves, I work at Gillette Stadium, and I work with people that have autism. And at the end of the day, one pays 18, one pays 20, one pays 15, and all of them suck in their own ways, and all of them are good in their own ways. But I don't know where the next step is, and it's kind of this game that is weird, especially when you have question marks around your health. And I think it's very humbling, but just some tidbits. And yeah, I'm happy to share it once again. So hasta luego, toodaloo, yada yada.